Next, purification of colloidal solutions. In these purifications, we can remove impurities from the colloidal solutions. Number one, dialysis. Dialysis is the process of separation of crystalloid from colloid by diffusion. Once again, dialysis is the process of separation of crystalloid from colloid by diffusion. Here, the colloidal solid is placed in parchment paper or cellophane bag. This is a cellophane bag. Okay, this bag is suspended in water. In water, that water is present in a tank. Okay, the distilled water is circulated continuously like this. Distilled water is circulated continuously like this. So now the impurities present in this solution of the bag will come out and move with water. These are two types: hot water dialysis and electrodialysis. If hot water is used, it is called as hot water dialysis. If electricity is used, that is called as electrodialysis. If you observe, this is ordinary dialysis. From here, water is moving. Okay, this is the colloidal solution. These are the crystalloid particles. This is salt particles. Okay, water will come in from this direction. Can move with crystalloid like this. Here we can use anode and cathode. This process is called electrodialysis. Okay. Next one, ultrafiltration. In ultrafiltration, solvent and soluble impurities except colloidal particles. Once again, solvent and soluble impurities except colloidal particles can pass through the pores of ultrafilter paper. Once again, solvent and soluble impurities except colloidal particles can pass through the pores of ultrafilter paper. Here, when an ordinary filter paper is soaked in colloidal solution, followed by hardening by formaldehyde, finally it was dried, then ultrafilter paper is formed. Once again, ordinary filter paper soaked in colloidal solution, followed by hardening by formaldehyde and finally dried to get ultrafilter paper. What is the meaning of colloidal? Colloidal is a 4% solution of nitrocellulose. Colloidal is a 4% solution of nitrocellulose. To speed up ultrafiltration, generally we can use pressure or suction. Pressure or suction is applied. Here colloidal particles, those are left on ultrafilter paper, stirred with fresh dispersion medium to get a pure colloidal solution. Once again, ultrafiltration. In ultrafiltration, solvent and soluble impurities except colloidal particles can pass through the pores of ultrafilter paper. In ultrafiltration, solvent and soluble impurities except colloidal particles can pass through the pores of ultrafilter paper. Ordinary filter paper soaked in colloidal solution, followed by hardening by formaldehyde and finally dried to get ultrafilter paper. Ordinary filter paper is soaked in colloidal solution, followed by a hardening by formaldehyde. If formaldehyde is added, it is hardened and finally dried, then we can get ultrafilter paper. What is the meaning of colloidal? This is a 4% solution of nitrocellulose. Actually, ultrafiltration is a slow process. To speed up this process, we can use pressure or suction. If we use pressure or suction, ultrafiltration process becomes fast. The colloidal particles which are left on the ultrafilter paper, we can take them and stir with the fresh dispersion medium to get a pure colloidal solution. Once again, the colloidal particles which are left on the ultrafiltered paper stayed with a fresh dispersion medium to get a pure colloidal solution. Next one, properties of colloids. This is the most important. So many times questions are asked, both in subjective and objective. Suppose if colloidal solution is placed in dark, colloidal solution is completely placed in dark. If it was observed in the direction of light, it appears clear. Once again, if colloidal solution was placed in dark, if it was observed in the direction of light, it appears clear. Please observe the point. If it was observed at right angle to the direction of light, if that colloidal solution which was placed in dark was observed at right angle to the direction of light beam, an illuminated beam you can observe. Almost illuminated beam or cone. Okay, once again, if colloidal solution which is placed in dark is observed in the direction at right angle to the direction of light beam, an illuminated beam or cone we can observe. This cone or beam was first observed by Faraday, that was extensively studied by Tyndall. That bright cone is called as Tyndall cone. You can observe that in the diagram. That bright cone is called as Tyndall cone. Why this Tyndall effect is possible means due to the scattering of light by colloidal particles in all directions. Due to the scattering of light by colloidal particles in all directions. This is because due to the scattering of light by colloidal particles in all directions. There are two conditions to show Tyndall effect. These 2 points are important. The diameter of the dispersed particles must be greater than the wavelength of the light. Point number 1. The diameter of the dispersed particles must be greater than the wavelength of light. Number 2. The difference between the refractive indices of 2 phases must be very high. The differences between the refractive indices of 2 phases must be very high. Generally, leurophobic colloids can satisfy both these conditions, so they can show Tyndall effect. Once again, the diameter of the dispersed particles must be greater than wavelength of light, and the difference between refractive indices of 2 phases is very high. Leurophilic colloids can satisfy both the conditions, so they can show Tyndall effect. Basing on this concept, Zsigmondy he constructed ultramicroscope. Basing on this Tyndall effect concept, by using this concept, Zsigmondy constructed ultramicroscope. Please observe, this is the diagram, light source, that is a colloidal solution. Okay, if you observe there is a cone, Tyndall cone will be there. Okay. After that, scattering of light. The last one is transmitted light. Above it, microscope on the eye. Okay, we are observing at right angles to the direction of light. Okay, this is important. Please focus on these 2 points. Those are very, very important. Okay, right. Next property, color. Generally, the color depends upon the wavelength of light scattered by dispersed particles, size and nature of the particles, and the way the observer receives the light. Once again, the color depends upon the wavelength of light scattered by dispersed particles. Please observe this point. Size and nature of the particles, and the way that the observer receives the light. On all these factors, the color depends. For example, if you consider milk and water mixture, generally that is blue color by reflected light, red color by transmitted light. Observe the difference. If you observe the milk and water mixture, we can observe blue color by reflected light, red color by transmitted light. One more example, if you observe finest gold solution, it is red. Finest gold, the particles will be finest size. If the size of the gold particle increases, it changes to purple color. If further increases, then it becomes blue. Further it increases, finally it becomes golden yellow. Once again, if you observe the finest gold solution, it appears red color. If the size of the gold particle increases, it turns into purple color. If after that it turns into blue color if the size increases gradually. Finally, it appears as golden yellow. Brownian movement is a kinetic property. Brownian movement is a kinetic property. It was first observed by Brown. Suppose if we observe a colloidal solution through a powerful ultra microscope, we can observe the colloidal particles are in continuous motion in zigzag direction. The colloidal particles are in continuous motion in zigzag direction. This motion depends upon the movement depends upon the size of the particles and viscosity of the solution. Size of the particles and viscosity of the solution. If the size of the particles is small, the viscosity is less. If the size of the particles is small, the viscosity is less, then the movement is fast, the motion is fast. Size of the particles directly proportional to viscosity and inversely proportional to motion. If temperature is increased, the motion becomes intense. What is the reason for the Brownian movement? Because of the unbalanced bombardment of the particles by the molecules of dispersion medium. Please observe. Because of the unbalanced bombardment of the particles by the molecules of the dispersion medium. What is the use of this movement means? It is a stirring effect. Because of this Brownian movement, this does not permit the particle to settle down. So automatically the salts become stable. Once again, the Brownian movement is because of the unbalanced bombardment of the particles by the molecules of the dispersion medium. Brownian movement is a stirring effect. It does not permit the particle to settle down and make the salts stable. Okay, that is the use of the Brownian movement. Next one, called electrical properties. Generally, the particles in colloidal salts carry charge. Basing on the positive charge, can give some example here. Basing on the negative charge, we are giving some examples. Here, these are the examples for positive charged salts. First one is hydrated metallic oxides like Al2O3.XH2O, CrO3.XH2O. Hydrated metallic oxides. Next one, basic dyestuffs. Example, methylene blue, hemoglobin. Next one, oxides like TiO2. Okay, these are the examples for positive charged salts. Next, negative charged salts. If you observe metal salts like copper salt, gold salt, they will come under negative charged salts. So next, metallic sulfides like As2S3 salt or CDS salt. Next one, acid dyestuffs like eosin congruent salts. Acid dyestuffs like eosin congruent salts. Next one, salts of starchy gum genetic nuclei extra. Once again, salts of starchy gum genetic nuclei extra. These are all belongs to negative charged salts. Next, the charge is due to electron captured by salt particles during electrode dispersion of metals. Please observe. The charge is due to the electron captured by salt particles during electrode dispersion of metals or due to preferential absorption of ions from the solution. Please observe. Preferential absorption of ions from the solution. In majority of the cases, this is possible. Preferential absorption of ions. Okay. For example, if you observe, if FeCl3 solution is added to hot water, FeCl3 solution is added to hot water, positive charge solution of hydrated FeCl3 is formed because of the absorption of Fe plus 3 ions. Once again, if Fe plus 3 solution is added to hot water, then positive charge solution of hydrated FeCl3 is formed because of the absorption of Fe plus 3 ions. If FeCl3 is added to excess caustic soda, if FeCl3 solution is added to excess caustic soda solution, then negative charge solution is obtained because of the absorption of hydroxyl ions. Observe here, if FeCl3 solution is added to excess caustic soda, then negative charge solution is obtained due to absorption of hydroxyl ions. One more example, this is important. If AgNO3 solution is added to potassium iodide solution, AgNO3 is added to potassium iodide, AgI precipitate is formed. That AgI precipitate absorbs I minus ions. Once again, if AgNO3 is added to Ki, AgI precipitate is formed. This AgI precipitate absorbs I minus ions, leads to the negative charged colloidal solution. In the second case, if potassium iodide is added to AgNO3 solution, then AgI precipitate absorbs Ag plus ions, forms positive charged colloidal solution. Please observe the difference. In the second case, potassium iodide solution is added to AgNO3 solution. AgI precipitate formed absorbs Ag plus ions, leading to the formation of positive charged colloidal salt. This is AgA by I minus negatively charged salt. This is Ag by Ag plus positive charged salt. Here this is silver iodide. This is surrounded by iodide ions. Here iodide ions is a fixed one. This because of the negative charged iodide ions, silver positive charged ions are attracted by it, forming another layer. That layer is called mobile or diffusion layer. If you observe in this case, here silver iodide absorbs Ag plus ions. This is a fixed layer. This Ag plus ions can attract iodide ions. That iodide ions layer is called mobile or diffusion layer. Here I minus ions layer is a fixed layer. Ag plus ions is mobile or diffused layer. Here Ag plus ions is a fixed layer. I minus ion mobile or diffused layer. Okay, na? Next one. Helmholtz electrical double layer. What is the meaning of double layer? Means these two mobile and fixed layer. This the combination of mobile or fixed layer is called as electrical double layer. Next one, zeta potential or electrokinetic potential. So there may be some potential difference arises between both the layers. That potential difference is called as zeta potential or electrokinetic potential. The presence of the same charge on colloidal particles prevents the coagulation or aggregation when they will come to closer because of the repulsion. Okay, once again, the presence of similar charges on colloidal particles prevents coagulation or aggregation when they come together because of repulsions. Okay, this area is important. In the recent years, if you consider last 5 years, nearly 2 to 3 times questions are asked in this concept. Please revise once again carefully. Next one, cataphoresis or electrophoresis. The movement of colloidal particles under electrical potential. The movement of colloidal particle under the influence of electrical potential is called as cataphoresis or electrophoresis. If you consider a colloidal solution, keep 2 platinum electrodes. If you maintain certain electrical potential, the colloidal particles can move towards the electrodes. Okay. Suppose when the movement of colloidal particles is prevented by parchment membrane, observe this point. When the movement of colloidal particles is prevented by parchment membrane, the dispersion medium moves in electric field. The dispersion medium moves in electric field. That is called as electroosmosis. If the movement of colloidal particles is prevented by parchment membrane, then dispersion medium moves in electric field. This is called as electroosmosis. In negative charged salts, generally salt particles carry negative charge and dispersion medium carry positive charge.